All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So, Mekhi Becton of the Philadelphia Eagles. It sounds weird to say that, but obviously, former high-end first-round pick made by Joe Douglas and the Jets a couple years ago, had some comments about his time with the Jets. Also, talked about the current team that he's on, how much he's looking forward to, just playing with the Eagles and getting coached by the Eagles staff, and him wanting to be in Philly long term. But I felt like it was interesting, right? Because Becton hits the NFL as this, an enormous upside, enormous body. There was so much untapped potential coming out of Louisville. The 6'7" body. He was super light on his feet back in college. He was able to pass protect, but really in the running game was where Becton shined. I mean, it was so much fun to watch. And then, of course, gets drafted to the Jets and is tasked with blocking for Sam Darnold and looks amazing, right? Mekhi Becton's rookie year, I thought, like, based off of that season alone, I thought he was going to be here, like, he was going to be the franchise left tackle for the Jets. Ultimately it didn't work out that way, but year two rolls around and gets hurt, right? Comes back, season-long injury, comes back the following year and gets hurt again, another season under. I think the word that comes to my mind when I'm thinking about Mekhi Becton's career with the New York Jets, it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating for Becton himself. It's frustrating for the team. It was frustrating for the fans, right? Because there was great moments. There were some okay moments. There were some horrible moments, right? We saw great football. We saw bad football. We had high upside / potential. We had injuries. We had arguing with coaches. Really a disagreement on how the team's approach or vision for Becton, really what that layout looked like. A disagreement between the two parties, the Jets and Becton. But here we are right now. And Becton obviously has signed his contract, a 1 year, $5.5 million deal with the Eagles. And when asked about the New York Jets, he said, I feel happier for sure. I feel happier here, having a great time here. Everybody is like a big family here. I got Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata in the same room. Those are two guys I look up to. They're great players. I've got Coach Stout. Then we've got a great team here with Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown. Just seeing all the firepower on this team, it just made sense in regards to why he signed with the Eagles. Here's another quote. He's probably had one of the best off seasons here. He's played some guard at times and has done really well. Just a big, strong, powerful dude. I think he's going to help us a lot this year, whether he plays tackle or guard. But a guy that big that can move that well, we definitely need him out there. Personally for me, I'm wishing Becton nothing but the best, right? Unfortunately, it didn't work out much like Zach, much like a lot of these picks that Douglas has made, Zach Wilson, Elijah Moore, these young guys coming in with like high-end potential, but they're just not developing. There's some sort of problems, whether it's, issues with the coaching staff, issues with personal development, issues with injuries. It's just totally strange. But, looking at Becton, and again, being objective and putting myself in his shoes, coming in as a young player, a guy that needed to really develop, coming off a really strong rookie year, having the back-to-back season-ending injuries. I mean, that's going to take a toll on anybody at any position. It's just a brutal, really in any sport, right? Think of it like an MLB. If you had to do two back-to-back like Tommy John surgeries, or in the NBA, like two back-to-back seasons missed, like that's mentally, physically, obviously, it's going to take a toll. There was the whole issue in that second year of him getting hurt, his third year in the NFL in total, where he blamed the Jets coaches for, moving his position from left tackle to right tackle. He had his personal doctor confirm that was part of the injury, right? Because there was added stress on the surgically repaired knee. And instead of the Jets just letting him roll at left tackle, they wanted to kick him over to right. And again, according to Becton, that played a part in him getting hurt. And then this past season, it just never really felt like Saleh and Becton were on the same page. Again, where the Jets were moving his position, left tackle, right tackle, left tackle, right tackle, which they did with a lot of their tackles last season. Carter Warren, same story. Max Mitchell, same story. Dwayne Brown was the only one that just stayed at left tackle. But in any case, Becton finally stays healthy. I think he played in all but one game this past season, and there was some good, there was mostly bad, penalized a lot, just didn't really look like, a future building block for the Jets. New York obviously signs Tyron Smith, trades for Morgan Moses, drafts Olu Fashanu. I feel great about the tackle position moving forward. So I think in the end here, the Jets are probably better off without Mekhi Becton, but it seems clear that the Eagles really value Becton. They want to keep him around. His peers, his coaches, they seem to respect him so far, and according to them, he's having one of the best off seasons so far, right, up to date. So I'm pulling for him, but I think a lot of I can't speak for anybody else here, but really for me personally, I'm looking forward, looking ahead. I'm not really trying to focus on the past 2022, 2023 or anything. Right, we're trying to move forward from just the anemic offense that was 2023, led by Zach Wilson, Nathaniel Hackett, Todd Downing, Keith Carter. Everybody's to blame. But again, I'm so excited for this. This is probably, I would say, the 2024 offensive line. This O-line unit for the Jets is my favorite group on this football team, right? With just the additions, when we talk about experience, veteran leadership, depth, talent, older guys, younger guys, I really think that Joe Douglas knocked it out of the park with addressing offensive line. Maybe would still add one more guy, preferably on the interior, but hey, we'll see how it plays out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, go Jets.